Hey guys, welcome back to another one. This is Crypto Elite, home to the #1 Theta community. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in the Crypto Elite NFT, there's still a couple spots. More information in the description below. In today's video, we are actually going to be talking about Apple. They came out with some pretty awesome news recently, and it has to do with, yes, you know it, NFTs. I know some people love them, some people hate them, but all companies are starting to wrap their heads around the different technology that NFTs can bring, and Apple is one of them as well. And this could be easily implemented in, as you see here, the iPhone 14 or any iPhone, any of their desktops, a lot of their different brands across the Apple ecosystem. So we'll check out what Apple just recently said. As you can see here, this is on nftevening.com, and all of this will be linked in the description below if you want to check out all of these news articles that I'm about to talk about. But Apple will allow apps selling NFTs on its App Store, which is very, very awesome to hear, because a lot of these huge companies, they still don't really understand crypto, they don't understand NFTs, and they've kind of just putting them on the sideline for quite a while. But it's a nice step in the correct direction for Apple to start allowing these NFTs to be sold on its App Store. And now we're going to talk about a couple different positives that it brings, that these NFTs can be sold on an app store. And then we'll talk about some of the negatives as well. But I think the positives far outweigh those negatives. So Apple is now allowing for apps selling NFTs to be installed and sold via its app store. Now, developers of current apps can sell NFTs within the app, and the new app can have NFTs within them. However, many are focusing on Apple's hefty 30% cut of each transaction. So that is something that a lot of people have been kind of sitting on the sidelines for, because they don't like how much of the profits Apple does take. Most companies, even if you think about Theta, it's an NFT website, and they take 10% commission. A lot of people complain about that, but this huge, massive company, Apple, and this is why they're such a huge revenue, profitable company, is because they take hefty cuts, 30% cut. So that is one of the downsides to working with Apple. But that it finally accepts NFTs is still very, very good, 30% or not. So while it's taken some time, Apple, one of the biggest tech companies in the world, is finally accepting the onboarding of NFT apps and games in their stores. And with Apple being one of the first movers, that means Microsoft is going to be right behind them, Google's going to be right behind them, and all these other companies that we don't know of globally are also going to have to start accepting different NFTs as well, because they don't want to be left in the dust. So with typical marketplaces like OpenSea's often taking a commission of no more than 5%. Like I just gave the example of 10% for a Theta drop, we think it's steep, but the 30% commission that the company is taking seems unbelievable to project app or game owners, and will most likely put them off using the new feature. However, like I said, it's a step in the right direction from the 30%. I'm sure it will get cut down, because there's going to be a lot of competition from Google, from Microsoft, and all these other companies. And a Web3 based CEO also sees some positive sides of the situation. Everyone is focusing on Apple wanting to take its 30% cut of each transaction without realizing they could put an ETH wallet in every single mobile game, onboarding over 1 billion players. I will happily give Apple a 30% cut of a free NFT. So that is one perspective, one way to think about it. And also, alongside the issue of the 30% transaction fees, the company is not accepting cryptocurrency yet. The reason is just because they don't want to. Only traditional fiat for now. And there's a lot of reasons why that is. And one of the main one is SEC right now. There's not a lot of clarification and guidance for the regulations of what companies or how companies can accept crypto. If they have crypto, what to do with it. There's some trailblazing companies like MicroStrategy that are accepting them, buying them, as we know, heavily. But most companies, especially the well-established companies, are kind of just sitting on the sideline, just waiting for the SEC to come out with all of their different rules. And I think after this, the library versus SEC, after that solves, and also the Ripple XRP versus SEC, those cases start to close down, I think there will be more clear guidance. And that's what a lot of these companies are waiting for, is clear guidance, which we don't have. So according to the information, Magic Eden withdrew its service from the App Store after learning about the policy. After the offer of a lower 15% transaction, they still declined. So as you see, crypto platforms and crypto programs, they are pushing back. They do have a little bit of wiggle room. Apple even said, hey, we'll cut that 30% fee in half down to 15% fee. So that's why, me personally, I'm not too worried about the 30% fee right now. I know it's a first mover advantage. That's what Apple has. All the companies want to move on. They want to get their NFTs listed and sold. But as time goes on, as there's more competition, I easily see 15%, 10%, this percent of Apple's cut starting to go down. So that is one thing that I am very, very happy about. Another positive with this is crypto games out there. There is a lot of crypto games, specifically even on the Theta ecosystem, that are out there that can start onboarding more people, because people love to play mobile games, and that's period dot. Right now, I think the argument is that crypto gaming sucks. Developers in the future can fix it, and there are a lot of different games out there that have a lot of potential, but I think the play to earn game system that we currently have is not very good. And even the Ethereum co-founder, he's along that line as well. I do like what this says. Vitalik believes current NFT game developers are too focused on the monetization and not enough on the fun factor. So he thinks that, yes, even though it is very important that these NFTs and games, you can make purchases, you can earn rewards, that's a very important side to Web3 gaming, but a lot of different companies are just spending way too much side on that aspect of the game. They're not focusing on developing very good quality games. Now, I will give it to the Thetaverse. I think this game, just looking at some of the gameplay, I think this game could be one of those games like Vitalik is talking about. It looks like they're spending a lot of time creating very, very good gameplay. Now, check out some of my previous videos, and I'll link this in the description below so you can learn more about it. But I think Theta and the Thetaverse, they are spot on with what they are doing with this game. So that is one positive aspect. Another positive aspect is with these NFT transactions, whether they're $1, $2, or even pennies, all of these come with a little bit of TFUEL burn. So if you go to the explorer.thetatoken.org, you can check out the transactions, and all you have to do is click on a smart contract transaction. This one, that's actually pretty funny. Whoever created that one, I dig it. All of these have a little bit of gas that's used and a little bit of TFUEL that's burnt. So let's just say this cat shuffle, which I just happened to stumble upon, if there were 10,000 or 10 million of these cat shuffles that were created, that would just burn X amount times of this TFUEL. So there would be a lot of TFUEL burn, and overall that does help with the percentage of TFUEL in the circulating supply, which overall does help with the price. So there's a lot of good reasons why people would want these NFTs to be created and sold on the Apple ecosystem. And the last little positive I want to talk about is something that Andrea Berry brought up in a recent interview, how companies, they could sell NFTs like let's say a 3-year subscription to Netflix. That is something that could be an NFT, and it's sold on the Apple Store. So there's a lot of different implications to these NFTs. We just haven't discovered or unlocked all of them yet. So those are a lot of the positives to why I really do like what Apple is doing. Some of the negatives on the downside is just hacks, and it's period dot. There's too many different scams out there. There's a lot of different ways Apple has not thought about yet, because no one has really gone down this path. So hacks are going to happen, and that is a clear downside, as well as the SEC not having clear guidance right now. Those are two major downsides that I can point out. But I think overall this is very positive for the entire crypto space. and the Theta crypto space in particular, because there are Theta games out there. There's a lot of use cases for Theta NFTs, and all of that has benefits, as we saw, for the overall Theta ecosystem. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.